Hello, Barbara. Sorry I'm early. I always get early though, because I'm always worried about not getting the right link and being on time and everything. It's part of my neuroticism about being ADHD is I'm desperate not to be late. I forget.
Thank you for
Got
joining.
signed up for tonight.
Pardon?
How many people have you got signed up for this evening?
I don't know. Nancy keeps track of all that. I have no idea.
All right.
She has
Anyway,
those lists.
are
Sends.
you well?
Hmm?
Are you well?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm looking a curly dark brown in this thing. It's a bit better. It's gone a bit lighter now.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I turned off my light. I don't know. Well, maybe it's okay. I'll need it to read. It's kind of dark today, a little. We've had rain and tornadoes.
Oh, tornadoes. Gosh, we don't get, well, I think I've seen one in Britain, one, not where I've lived, but one I've noted in Britain in over Manchester actually a few years ago, but we don't get them here really.
Ah, yeah. You're lucky.
Mm. I believe so. No, we've had relentless drought actually. We've had relentless sunshine for about 3 months, no rain at all, which is really, really bad news in Britain.
Ah,
Everything in Britain depends on having a mixture of rain and sunshine all year round.
right.
So the farmers are all struggling with their crops dying in the fields and everything like that,
Oh, yeah, it's the environment is really harsh at times. It's really
Well,
hard.
it's climate change. It's we were told it was going to happen. I mean, I remember talking to a colleague who was a geography teacher at nearly 40 years ago. Certainly, I was in my early 30s, so nearly 40 years ago. And she said, "This is what's going to happen." So we've
Yeah,
known about it. It's just we've done nothing about it politically. Hello.
hello? Oh, I see. Hi, Santosh. Hi, Melinda.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good. It's good to be here. Gosh, for some reason I had conflicts all these poetry mornings I hated to miss.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Mm.
Oh, it's morning where you are. Of course it is. Yes, it's evening where I am.
Oh, right.
Yeah, well, we got the sun's covered right now, but it may be a sunny day. We might have fair.
Hello,
How-
it's night here.
Oh,
Start video. I'm about to have my dinner.
all right. Well, that's
But I had to come and say hello to you, so I'm here.
you.
Where are
Thank
you then? Where are you coming
I'm in
from?
Jaipur. I'm in Jaipur, India.
Right, okay, sure. So it's nighttime there.
Yeah, it's 9:30. It's 9:30. And I'm going to recite a poem whenever I get the chance. So
Oh,
I'm waiting for that.
sure.
And
First so you can eat. But I want to remind people to, if you could make sure you can open your poem and screen share for those who are neurodivergent. We have, if it's possible, I made that comment in the Zoom, well, in the event I put on Facebook, but I don't know that Nancy made that comment in the email.
I don't know that I have the ability to do that. And
Well,
I apologize. I can work on that for next time.
if so,
It's
if
really easy, Melinda.
Is
yeah,
You
yeah, if
just
you look at
open it behind the Zoom and just have it there.
yeah, if you have your poem open on, you have it from one of your files, open it
I
in.
have like a lot of stuff open in my windows right now. So, yeah, that might be a little awkward,
Hmm.
but
screen sharing is secret.
I can try.
Yeah. Um.
Is it one of the little, if I go to the bottom of the screen, oh, let me see, maybe it says more.
Screen share. You just click on that
I
screen.
don't have screen share in my options.
Oh, it's on. It's open. It should be there. It's in the.
I know what you mean. I've got participants chat, react, share. Oh,
Yeah.
share.
There,
There we go.
yeah, so when it's your turn, you can,
Got it.
yeah. And then when you after you finish reading, you can stop, just click stop screen share.
Okay. I've got about 20 documents open that I've been working on for some other stuff. So the ones I can find, I'll do. How's that?
That's fine.
For just this time.
Yeah, yeah. And it's something we need to remember to do.
Right.
I don't have the email list to make those reminders. I need to talk to Nancy. Maybe she can add it to the group email. And she's not here, so I'm not sure if she's even been able to come today. Ken,
Okay. Well, I'll give it my best shot.
sure.
Hey, Ken.
Ken,
Ken?
Yay, good to see you.
Heather,
Times going. Somebody's talk, I guess.
yeah, that's mine.
We're gonna use screen share. I hope it's possible.
Okay.
We want neurodivergent participants to follow here. Okay, hang on. Tina, can you hear me? I'm not sure if you can hear me.
I think my internet isn't stable. Yeah, my internet isn't stable. I think I'm gonna move to a different room.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
Oh, it's,
How
mine,
annoying.
it is annoying. I was just telling other participants that we're going to use screen share. If it's possible for you, that would be great.
You're gonna use what?
Screen share when we put up our stuff to read, because it will help neurodivergent participants
Oh,
follow.
how nice.
Yeah, we don't want people feeling left out or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
I love your background, Tina.
Oh, you know what? You too can have a background from Etsy, the Garden of Neuro. Susan did this.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Isn't it great?
I
Well,
recognize. I've
she
seen,
asked me what I wanted and I told her.
I've seen this one.
I want to live in that room.
I know, me too. I do have an orange cat though.
The dream world room for sure. Yeah. And well, I don't know how many people are able to come. We usually do like 5 minutes each. Let me start screen sharing some. Let's see. Okay. Oh, can you see it?
Mhm.
Wait a minute. It's not opening what I want. Okay.
There we go.
Try to figure this out. I just wanted to put up my blurb about the garden.
Okay.
I thought I had it open. Oh, this thing. Oh, I'm looking for that.
Screen share is great when it works, and it's kind of like, wait a minute, it can be awkward, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's open in my Word, but I
I've
don't know.
not heard of Green Share.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so post attendee. Oh, there it is. You can see it. Can you see the garden?
Yes.
Yeah, we saw it before, actually, Barbara. It was there before. It was the same thing.
That's the same thing you had up before.
Hmm.
Go ahead and read that. And
I
maybe
can-
that'll make the rest of it wake up.
I can't see it. All I can see is a bunch of other stuff. This weird.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see this. We envisaged a world where all women are seen and heard. Is that what you wanted to have up, Barbara?
Let me go back. Okay.
Our community practices deliberative conversations, sociocratic decision-making, and collective projects for the benefit of all engaged members.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We share wisdom through book clubs, kitchen table talks, free and paid courses, and collaborative work.
I love the way you're reading it. You can continue because I can't see it.
Well, I can't see beyond that because it
Oh.
needs, oh, hang on, it needs to be scrolled down, but I can carry on reading if you like.
Oh, okay. Let me put it, let me close. I thought if I had it open,
You need to scroll it, Barb.
right.
Please scroll it down for me.
Okay. What happens is I'm using screen share, but I'm seeing other stuff. I'm not seeing what I put up.
Oh, it's one of those days.
I know. It's
I
terrible.
Hate that.
I don't know what to do now. I'm lost in the, I'm lost. Okay, wait.
She's lost in the garden of Neuro.
Garden, right. Now I've minimized everything so much I can't even hardly see you guys. I'll just paraphrase that. Wait, what's it? I don't know.
Well, that's your 5 minutes, Barb. You're over.
I've lost my time. We might even be able to get more than 5 minutes. I'm stopping sharing, getting back because I don't know what I did. I may have no, I'm not sure how to read my poem. Yeah, so it's my usual board about the Garden of Neuro. They're a community. Yeah, it's a community of women, but they said that they're going to start working on opening it up to men. That it started out as this is a safe place for women. And Ken, you're one of our safe guys.
Oh, thank you.
Ken, Sharon, and Melinda are friends of mine from Missouri. So, and I know Santosh and Etya, I published them, and also Sylvia I published, I think, almost all of you.
We love you for it too.
Well, we usually take about 5 minutes. Etya, where we're talking about how we're going to use screen share. Do you have an ability to share what you're going to read?
Yeah, I know how to share.
Okay. So, we usually take around 5 minutes. While we're reading, if we could watch our speed, especially because we're from all different parts of the world, it might be easier. Some people might not be familiar with our accents. My Missouri accent, my actually Midwest accent,
My Russian accent.
mainly upper Midwest, Minnesota, Montana, Michigan. When I was a TA here in Missouri, some people thought I was from Japan or something because my accent was so much, the border of Canada and the US. So sometimes I slip into my old accent.
I love trying to figure out where people are from based on like their O's or their R's.
Right. So, let's see. So, Santosh, did you want to go first? You were saying that you were going to eat dinner. Want to eat dinner? You're on mute.
Okay, if you'll allow that, I will.
Oh, yeah, you
Then I
can.
can go have lunch or
Okay.
dinner rather.
Screen share? Is it possible?
May I start?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
And can you
Hello, Barbara and others I don't know, but
Santosh?
here is my poem from my forthcoming book,
Okay.
The Tottering House near the banks of the Jhelum.
Okay, Santosh, can you screen share it?
No, I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. Next time I'll do it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Granny finds new roots, or does she? There are 4 sections in this book, and the first section is about my granny. So this is one of the poems in that section. Granny finds new roots, or does she? Let me put things in the right perspective again. Let me put things in the right perspective again. I have often mentioned how father left his roots behind in Kashmir, shifting to Jaipur in search of pastures new. Hearts apprehensive, nerves taut. This place, though humid and hot, soon became their new home, a home away from home, a home away from Kashmir. often lost in wistful recall, often lost in wistful recall, and shattered by life's evanescence. She missed the elves and pixies left behind. She missed the elves and pixies left behind, splashing flamboyant hues in different corners back home in Kashmir. One particular elf she was very fond of. One particular elf she was very fond of. The one who did cartwheels on a windowsill when it rained or snowed. A home in Kashmir. That loving sun and the warm chill. But one day, joy flew undisguised when, with childlike glee, she realized that in this new place, the cock-a-doodle-doo was no different, and the donkeys brayed with the same passion as they did back home in Kashmir. Elves and fairies were here too. Her eyes gleamed brighter in these pastures new. A home away from home, a home away from home, Kashmir. Slowly, slowly, loosening her grip on her ferran, on her ferran. Ferran is a long, warm cloak that the Kashmiris wear in winters. Slowly loosening her grip on her ferran, she adopted the crisp white cotton sari. The sparkling bright waters of the Dal Lake still took the cake, never losing their sheen. The Mughal gardens, unseen now, continued to be verdant and green, continued to be verdant and green. Tenaciously to the Kashmiri language she clung, even shooing away the dogs, with a smattering of her mother tongue. They looked at her, a picture of canine confusion. They looked at her, a picture of canine confusion, scurrying away like cartoon characters in animation. Not understanding the language, but in her frantic gestures, reading her rage. The poplars and firs soon slipped into the landscape of her dreams. The poplars and firs soon slipped into the landscape of her dreams. So did the lakes, rivers, and streams of Kashmir. Now Gulmohar and neem trees were her trees. One neem tree, a sapling once, was in the garden, now firmly rooted. Was in the garden, now firmly rooted. Its shade she did grace with a wistful smile on her wrinkled face. No longer feeling uprooted, no longer feeling uprooted. The mouth-watering bread from the bakers back home in Kashmir had many takers. The mouth-watering bread from the bakers back home had many takers in Kashmir. With the inexorable pertinacity of a child, she would go wild. She would go wild, yearning for morsels of that sumptuous bread. Ah, that sumptuous bread of Kashmir, its flavor whirring in her head. But, under the magnanimous ministrations of the tree, that fragrance soon tapered away. It soon tapered away. The tree sighed happily. At a job well done, a long awaited victory won. A frisky squirrel in the shady seclusion of the tree chattered away, tail twitching, holding away for a rainy day. A solitary sunbird of luminescent purple plumage from the foliage darted out, making her feel at home, a home, away from home, away from Kashmir. Eyes fixed at a swarm of playful insects buzzing along, serenading her with a happy song. Like the neem tree, she too was now firmly rooted. In the gap fest of the tree, she had found her voice, a home away from home, a home away from Kashmir. Prattling with the birds, she did rejoice. The neem tree of her life was now an integral part, scripting a new story in her heart. A frolicsome elf hung upside down from the tree, making her go into ripples of toothless laughter. But did my granny realize what she was after? Did she ever wonder whether it was really a home, away from Kashmir, her home? Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're wonderful. Santosh, would you put in the chat a link to how people can listen to your Sunday sips?
Okay. Oh, I'll do that. So I keep tagging you in those Sunday sips of Peva.
Yeah,
Peva.
this one, she talked about Omeros by Derek Walcott. He's a Nobel Prize winning poet. So of course I ordered it on Amazon. It's an epic poem. So she
Yeah.
talked about it in her last Sunday sip on YouTube.
Thank you so much. So
In the chat,
I'll do that.
has links. Please put them in the chat. Like
Sure. I'll do that. Thank you for the honor. Thank you.
all of you who have books out that you want us to look at, please put in the chat. And who would Sylvia, do you want to go next? You're on mute.
Are we doing one poem? Like we'll go round and round?
Well, we have 5 minutes each.
Oh, okay.
So you can read more than one if you have.
Okay. I was just concerned. I've got to hop off at noon for a meeting, so I didn't want to
Go after Sylvia just to make sure.
Okay.
So here's Sylvia's sharing. So
Okay, so I'm a bit of a regular insomniac. I have been for about 15 years. So this is one of my many poems about insomnia. Come jump with me, Moon. Hello, Moon. Yes, it really is me again, your regular insomniac worshipper. I'm standing here with a mug of tea tilted towards you, so you could jump into it if you choose, but you won't. Why so distant always, though? I wake and greet you almost every night. I am loyal in my adoration, even though you so often hide from me, dancing with 7 veils of cloud to conceal your voluptuous form, flaunting your presence, never entertaining a personal touch. Go on, I dare you. Jump down now into my mug. Its content is warm and smooth. It will give you a soft landing, a gentle plash, warming your cold skin. I'm trying to come down. Moulding your contours. We will be together, wandering through moments until dawn, when you disappear into the ocean where I watch you most nights slowly slip away. Why is the ocean so much more hospitable than my mug? Come jump with me, beloved moon. Come visit your friend. I'm just here. So that's a poem about insomnia. It's a bit of a whimsical one.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
I just totally love that.
beautiful tribute.
It's a bit crazy.
Oh, it's great.
Thank you. And then the other one is another slightly unusual, weird one, which is Attention Seeker. And it's about my hand. Attention Seeker. My hand, demanding your attention, slips under your elbow and into your lap. You pick it up with both hands, hold it consciously, feeling it, feeling its energy, its form. Tenderly caressing each finger, following my bones along their length. Watching TV, you stroke me in time to the music, speeding up, slowing down, pausing, changing direction. This hand, earlier, worked in the garden, now tingles with each movement, skin on skin, following nettle rash heat, up wrist, down onto palm. The day's toil lingers on. The program ends, my hand withdraws, and your attention falls elsewhere.
Wow.
And that's just like literally just watching TV with my husband.
Oh wow. Yeah, it takes some concentration to write poetry while the TV's on.
Oh, well, I didn't write it while the TV's on. It's something I quite often do. I slip my hand into his lap and he picks it up, and he's a very tactile. He's a musician, so he does a lot of things with his fingers, guitar and everything like that. So he's very tactile. So if you put anything in his lap, you know it'll get played with. So my hand likes being massaged and stuff. It's very nice. Anyway,
that was a very, very sweet poem, Sylvia. Really lovely.
It's quite tender, isn't it? It's meant to be.
It is very.
Thank you.
Very tender.
A bit of fun anyway.
Melinda, did you say you wanted to go next?
Sure. Okay, I'm going to share. All right. So this is one of those poems that can get you in trouble. It's called One Picture. Hold on. You're calling me an anti-Semite for speaking of the pain of looking at a photograph of a Palestinian child who lost both his arms after an Israeli attack in Gaza. His portrait won the 2025 World Press Photo of the Year. Once seen, there's no unseeing. If we have a heart, we'll wonder how he eats, wipes away tears, thinks about a life without arms to wrap around his mother.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so I was just on a webinar yesterday about people who are talking about food and faith, but they didn't want to talk about the atrocities. Sharon, I thought of you. You were with me. Okay, and I've got one that I just wrote last night. Let's see. Okay, I think I can share this. No. Yes, okay. It's called Tornado Warning.
Mhm.
Before the rain started in earnest, before the sirens, before the sky fell completely black, shattered only by flashes of lightning, before the thunder shook the windows, before the wind took a serious turn, blowing hard, bending limbs, severing electric lines, stood a man on the corner, where I made a quick right, in a line of moving traffic. In fleeting seconds, I caught a glimpse of his weary cardboard sign, asking for compassion, for something. Anything helps. His possessions piled high, strapped to a grocery cart, wrapped in plastic. I'll scroll this down. Protection from the nearing storm. Where will he go tonight, I wondered as I drove on by, pulled into my driveway, entered a cozy home with soft light and dry cushions, bathed in the aroma of a simmering stew. And I thought of how religions teach about justice and sacred food and how prayer displaces policy. Meanwhile, we build more storage spaces, buildings that could house real, breathing people, but instead shelve the imbalance of the haves and have-nots.
Yeah, very.
Very powerful political statements, both of those. I felt them both quite strongly,
Thank
especially
you.
the first one. Very, very good, Melinda. Well done.
I
Thank
love
you.
the line, how prayer
Mhm.
displaces policy.
Oh, yeah,
Of course, Melinda, you're always there with that, you know.
yeah. Let us
Thank you.
do more prayers.
Food for thought. I'm a dietitian after all.
God, I love that. I love it. Okay. Hey, Sharon, you want to go next?
Let me see, hopefully I can. I thought I had my poem already. But I don't see it. Let me pull it up again. Are you all still there?
Yeah, yeah. We're just waiting for you to hit screen share.
I'm trying to get share.
Not with us today.
Thanks. Okay. There we go. This is a kind of a new one. I'm still working on the collection that I think Sylvia submitted something for the anthology. I know Melinda has. I'm doing an anthology to support the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. It will be a fundraiser, and this will be one of the poems in there. Before the sound of drones, after Mossab Abu Toha, who just published the book Forest of Noise. I want to think of her as dreaming, the taste of oranges sweet on her lips, alive, chasing cousins through grandfather's orchard. I want to think of her before she slept in her bed, never woke up again, before her bed became her grave, a tomb beneath the ceiling, a cenotaph. She will taste sweet oranges no more. I will think of her before her mother wrote her name on her arm, before a walk to school could end her life, before the orchard was destroyed, orange trees tossed into a ditch, covered over as if a world of love never was. Both are gone. I will think of her before death sat at every corner, waiting to eat the wounded, the starving, before flailing arms were blown from their bodies, trauma-scarred faces no longer asking, amputated legs running after lost dream, names forgotten.
Wow.
If
You,
I can, well, I have more, but let's see. Oh, there we go.
yeah, yes, yeah, that helps.
Before heaven was blocked by the drones and F-16s and the smoke of death. Before a child with no family, no food, lay down exhausted to die alone. Before a newborn ripped from her dead mother had none to name her, none to write her name on fragile flesh. I will think of her eating sweet oranges in heaven before the world lost its soul.
Yeah, beautiful. There are a lot of really good lines in there. I love the ending.
Really strong, Sharon. Really good.
Thank you.
I think it's how a lot of people feel, but it's very difficult to say it because you get accused of being all sorts of things that you're not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know, I don't really care. I've been marching every Saturday. We've been marching here every Saturday since October 8th. And, you know, it's the least. I mean, I can give 2 hours to the cause.
yeah.
What,
Mm.
for 2.5 years?
I can't do more from here. But I have signed up to work in an orphanage when it's allowed to happen.
Mm.
So, you know, we do what we can.
Mm.
Anyway, thank you. And if you haven't yet submitted, I know that Ken and
Yeah.
I think Sylvia and
I can't remember if I did or not. I don't remember, Sharon.
I think so. And, you know, if you haven't, we do what we can.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a poem named that. We do what we can.
Yes,
Of course. Thank you so much.
thank you. Powerful words. Sharon, could you send me the link again, so just in case, so I can check to see if I did send it in, and if I didn't,
Okay, I will.
Oh, beautiful. Hey, Tina, are you ready for screen share?
I think I am. Let me see what the heck I have here. Okay, if I get the words out of the way, I could do this. Yeah, share. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Well, okay, these are not, the first one I'll read is more prose than anything.
Yeah. And you
I
made
don't know, can you see that?
that?
It's from a book I wrote actually as a fundraiser for a scholarship for a high school friend who was killed by a drunk driver. It's called The Call. Expectations are an odd thing. A phone ringing in the early hours of the morning bodes differently from one ringing in early evening. The former brings on instant fear, the latter, perhaps thoughts of a friendly chat. In our town in 1969, monolithic AT&T ruled telecommunications. Landlines only, maybe an extension too, one upstairs if an aunt and uncle who indulged their niece gifted one to her. The phone rings softly. I pick it up immediately, always ready for teen talk at 16. Gossip, music, future plans for college. My friend Franny is on a date, a blind date. A Lehigh University student taking her to his college basketball game. The young married next door neighbors make all this possible as the husband teaches there. Leaving our high school parking lot that day, I wave and shout good luck to her. Secretly, I'm looking forward to more gossip the following morning. How was Franny to know who would be driving when or where through the interlacing byways on campus as they walked along the sidewalk? How could she and her date, a stranger really, be able to sense any oncoming danger? The two drunk motorcyclists hitting the speed bump too fast on that too cold winter night. The phone rings softly. I answer it alone in my room. I cannot remember what words were spoken to me or the sound of her neighbor's voice. I do not recall if I uttered a word or stood there dumbstruck with receiver in hand. But my body remembers the feeling. I screamed as I had never done before or since. Then I cried for my mother as panic set in. Later, I remembered that you did not even like basketball.
Wow. Beautiful. Yeah, I
And-
bought Tina.
What?
I bought your book.
Oh, you bought my book. You're so sweet.
I did.
We reached our goal.
Yeah. Yeah, I read it all. It's really, really powerful. I hope
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I have one other short one that's totally not at all like this that I can share if I can figure out how to do this. Okay, let's see here. What's a share thing? It's totally
you have
silly,
to stop share and then
silly but fun. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay.
well, first I think you might need to stop screen share for this one and then start it for that one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so I don't know how to do that.
Oh, just stop. Somewhere it should say stop screen share.
But I think she already brought something up, something else.
Oh, there, I think it's up.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay,
It's up,
yeah. I hope it's up because that's what I'm going to read from.
Mhm.
Okay, it's called The Black Line. The line is finite, solid, thick, and black, layer upon layer over the years. Performance, then another, then another. If luck holds on this tawdry theater, down an alley, dark and narrow, footstep after footstep crossed over, scuff marks, chipped paint, impressions of souls, all countless. From high above in the rafters, she watches the souls as they leap to fame for perhaps an infinitesimal time. She can feel the vibrating joy up through the rods and the boards as the heartbeats pound through the rafters. She watches, then bored, cleans her long, slim tail with paws ever so small before scurrying down to her home, far beneath the stage's floorboards, but not before leaving behind one small, dusty print on the thin black line.
Oh, I love how it comes back to that line. Very nice.
That's it. Okay, stop sharing there. Thank you.
Good
Lovely,
job.
thank you.
Hey, Ken, are you? Ken
Yes.
is
Okay. Let me bring it up on screen. Let's see. Share screen. Shoot. Okay. I haven't done this in a while, so what it's doing is offering me the entire screen, which is our current thing. So if I change, then it'll then show the poem that I'm going to be reading.
or share screen and then
For
you
instance, that's what's up there. But okay, so now let me
then
bring
you
up the.
document. Is that what you want?
Right, tapestry.
Yeah.
Okay, tapestry. Fathers and brothers, sisters and mothers, triumphs and trials, happiness and sorrow, woven through tales past and those yet to finish, blended with those of our children's children. A tapestry with folds that hold a fortune for those who understand the wealth of those tales, a texture felt in a moment of revelation with a child, an afternoon with a friend, a lifetime with a loved one. A brilliance in its deepest folds that inspires in times of darkness or light. Then, and now, woven as we come together to share that wealth, ease the depth of that darkness, our compassion among the finest threads of life's tapestry.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful,
Beautiful.
Ken.
That
Thank
is
you.
beautiful.
That is something more than 20 years ago I had written as a eulogy for a friend. And over the years, I've edited and refined it to make it less specific about the person, but about life.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, it's really
Okay.
a eulogy for all of us. It's beautiful.
right.
You're getting
Okay.
so philosophical, Ken. I love it so much.
Thank you, Sharon. Okay. Now I'm going to.
I really liked reading along with you.
Oh, well, thank you.
It was good. It
And-
made it more powerful. So thank you for forcing the screen share, Barbara.
I think it may help people. Yeah. And here I am. That's what I see.
Okay. I have a series of poems that I've written. Some of you know about them. They're called random riffs.
Mhm.
And what random riffs are poems that I write while traveling, while I'm driving. I dictate to my phone
Oh,
about what I'm seeing, where I'm going, and music that I'm hearing at the time, or music that I put to it later. And I'll make references to that music. Now, this particular one actually happens to be about kayaking. And it was published today by Amethyst Review.
oh,
Oh,
congratulations.
great.
Congratulations.
Feeling good. The sky never alone, even on a cloudless day. Heron, swallows, and cormorants pass around me. The pace of my paddle is more in time with the slow rhythm of the heron than the frantic flight of the swallows. But as Nina Simone reminds me, my heart is with them, and with the few leaves that drift on by in the early morning sun, still low in the sky and glinting off the ripples of my wake. Each season has its own rewards, from blossoms on the trees in spring to the dragonfly resting on the bow of my kayak, to the colors of autumn, to the sheen of ice clinging to the river shore in late winter. Each season offering the peace of a new dawn, each new day a reason to feel good about what life has to offer. My strokes are slow and sure with a horn that plays like a slow march, as if to keep Nina grounded, her joy likely to carry her away to the stars. Strings and piano move in to reflect that joy, with the horn stepping in again, underlying her words, as if to give weight to such a peaceful feeling. As her voice trails off, I continue to paddle along the shore, feeling good.
Bravo.
You read beautifully, Ken.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lovely.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And I'll read one more. Let's see. Okay. So I have to go back to share screen again. Let me get my cursor out of the way. There we go. Share screen and share and bring this up. Okay, so I was in the hospital 7 months ago. I was in for pancreatitis and it blew everything up. I was in for the hospital for 3 weeks and they wanted to take my gallbladder out, but when I left after 3 weeks, but I have a liver infection that they're still waiting to clear up. So I wrote this poem titled One Hit Wonder. They may be one hell of a trio, but they only have one memorable tune, a one-hit wonder of angst and pain. Gallbladder, stoned out of its mind, lets one rip long enough to send pancreas into a shrieking fit. Not to be outdone, liver responds with an infectious laugh that borders on manic. It's clear that gallbladder has to go, but can't be cut from the act until liver settles down. So what's up with liver? Fear of failure? Never been mistreated, never been one drink away from destruction. But if gallbladder stays stoned, destruction is inevitable. And no one wants to hear that tune.
That is brilliant. That is such a brilliant way. to
Brilliant.
do
I
it.
had that trio
Totally
too.
agree. And I had my gallbladder out last February.
Whoa.
with 3 big stones. I totally relate to that.
I had
Yeah.
exactly the same pancreatitis with liver complications and the gallbladder stacked full of stones about 50 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So Ken, are those in your new book that's coming out? And when is it going to be out?
Oh yes. Okay. So that first one is going to be in my book, and actually, it's available on Amazon. I haven't got my copies yet, but when Jason told me, signed the final agreement and everything, I then went to search for it, and it said available May 18th on Amazon. So
Okay.
I could put a link to Amazon in the chat here.
I'd rather buy from you.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. Oh well, you're going to get one because you wrote a blurb for it.
Oh, I get one. Oh, I can't wait. I love the random riffs. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan.
And there are, I think, 39 of them in that book.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So I'll put that in the chat.
Yay.
Your poems are wonderful, Ken. I really love them. Ken,
Ah,
I love
thank
your poems.
Nice job. Etcha?
Sure.
Unfortunately
you-
for me, it's too expensive to buy anything from any of you lot because it costs a fortune in postage.
Oh,
किसी को
yeah.
screen share करना नहीं आ रहा था करना पड़ेगा
Something's not happening. Hold on.
पूछना पड़ेगा
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
इससे ना पोएम दिख जाती है
Well, this is a poem I wrote, and Barbara is publishing my full story. This one was already published in Hotel by Mosquito Doors. Hold fast to dreams. Langston Hughes once wrote, "For when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow." Last night, I stood on the stage. Behind me is before me. What's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
Someone's unmuted and needs to
Someone
mute
has to mute.
themselves.
Yeah.
everyone should go on mute, maybe.
Yeah. Last night I stood on a stage. Behind me, celebrities. Before me, thousands. And somehow, in the dream, I knew they were waiting for my words. Me, the girl who once had no voice. My heart pounded, my knees buckled. Then I screamed. I did not, would not, and will never surrender to victimhood. Because I am a Jew, and I survived the erasure of identity, the brutality of ideology, and the silence that they tried to force into my bones. Victimhood? That word, I spit it from my tongue like poison. It is not a life sentence, not a stone tablet carved by fate. It is a moment. It is a choice. And I chose to live, to rise, to become. I was born in the USSR, under the shadow of a red flag, where the Communist Party owned every thought, every breath, a place where being Jewish was not just a label, it was a threat. They tried to cast me in a role. I refused. They offered me fear as future. I declined. They expected silence. Instead, I wrote. In the darkest corners of that regime, I clung to light, to hope, to the sacred shape of my name, and to the strength of my parents' genes. And then one day, March 7, 1978, I stepped into American soil. For the first time, I could breathe freedom, not just to speak, but to be. And I saw something new. Choices carry consequences. Freedom is not a gift wrapped in gold, but a daily act of responsibility. You cannot blame the world forever. You cannot bow to comfort and call it courage. Some wear their struggle like armor, and others like a badge of entitlement. But I tell you now, when you let others define your limits, you lock yourself inside a cage built with your own hands. I believe in aid, but not in chains disguised as charity. I believe in safety nets, not spider webs, because resilience lives not in the hand that waits, but in the hand that builds. And I built. I earned a degree. I wrote a book. I told my story. Because silence kills more surely than swords. And on every page I echo this. Hold fast to dreams, because when you do, you rise, you bloom, you bear fruit. And maybe that stage was not just a dream. Maybe that crowd was real. Maybe it's you. If so, here is my message, my offering. Refuse to bow, refuse to be erased, refuse to live small. Dream, even if your voice shakes, even if your past haunts, even if the world tells you no. Dream until your dream becomes a world.
I love that. Until your dream becomes a world. Beautiful.
Bravo. Lovely. Really powerful stuff.
Thank you.
That was incredibly beautiful.
Yeah.
So powerful.
Yeah.
And I think, so many of those lines bear repeating, freedom being a daily act of responsibility, for example.
Mhm. We take our freedom for granted, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, because your story is powerful. And for everyone, we need to share our life stories because it can enrich others that we may never actually meet. It's a beautiful thing when someone comes to you that you don't know and they say, I read your book and I love that line in the poem. And they repeat your words to you.
Yes.
It's a very beautiful feeling.
I agree.
Beautiful.
Can I read another one?
Yeah. Yeah, because we just got 2 more readers, so we have time.
Yeah, this one I wrote for my son, and I just realized that I wrote it like 12 years ago.
Wow.
So I couldn't remember. Left from conception. Before I ever saw your face, I carried you around. I heard your heartbeat, felt you move. You made this mama proud. Because of this, in spite of that, I loved you from the start. You brought me joy, you caused me pain. You never kept me bored. Rebellious you were. Because of this, and in spite of that, I loved you from the start. I watched you cry, you made me laugh, emotional you were. Because of this, and in spite of that, I loved you from the start. I held your hand and sang to you. I kissed away your fears, so scared sometimes you were. Because of this, and in spite of that, I loved you from the start. I wiped your tears, hugged you tight, hugged you tight. I wanted you to be safe. The last one born you were. Because of this, and in spite of that, I loved you from the start. Time can't stand still. Life goes on. You learn from your mistakes. You taught me patience, dear son, as you became a man. I stand by you and always will. You are my cross to bear. In spite of this, and because of that, I loved you from the start. So slay your dragons, speak the truth, continue who you are. I root for you, no matter what. You are my amazing child. Because of this, and in spite of that, I loved you from the start. Always remember.
Beautiful.
Oh,
I
that's
bet
so
he,
lovely.
yeah. I bet he treasures that poem.
Children, they put you through a ringer.
I presented the ring.
Oh, it just brought tears to my eyes. I mean, it's just the beauty of motherhood, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Thanks.
So, Melissa, can you read?
Yeah, I can. Yep. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my coffee. There's like all these animals and everything. Quickly though, before I read, is that all right, Barbara? If I
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate the Carried by the Wind anthology that Garden of Neuro Publishing has a submission call out for. Nancy has entrusted me to curate that. So you can find that on the Garden of Neuro Publishing website. And one of the poems I'm going to read is from Barbara's journal, Feed the Holy, on Blogspot. And I also have my journal collaborature, which I would love all of you to submit to. Get together and write poems together and then send them to me.
Yeah. I went to judge last month. I judged the winning.
Yes, yep, Barbara was the guest judge. I have a different guest judge every month for a contest. It's a $20 prize. So, you know, it's not a lot, but just trying to support writers and get people writing. So I've started this thing on my blog on Sundays, writing centos. So I'm gonna read a couple of these. This one is, I call it Cento Sunday, and this one's loneliness. The hours were hallways, a dog-tooth moon, broken cloud. They melt and soon must vanish. 3 days I heard them grieve when I lay dead. At night he can hear them. For every year of peace, there have been 400 years of war. Now for a little I have fed on loneliness. Even now my father sleeps through the night and does not dream. Everywhere uneasiness blooms. I fail, much like the crumbles of roots that become unalive. God, the canoe-shaped leaves sound like heaven until the space between them vanishes. And then on my blog, I have all the sources where the lines are taken in order from. So that's that. And then this one is called Longing. Oh, foolish wisdom sought in books, not for their ice-pick eyes. Front flat as a flounder, man alone, among the yellow leaves, lies hid a temple of long ago. And longingly I long, and searchingly I search. Half the women are asleep on the floor. Think of it as a separate country. I know not what to do. Always the one alone longs for mercy. There are plenty who'd hardly. I sing this song, full of sadness. With me, life becomes sweeter. That's the end of that one. And then this one was published on Feed the Holy yesterday, I think. This will be the last one I'll read. It's called Ghosts. My dog hears things I can't. The footfall of a deer in the distance. She takes pause, gazing off into the direction of something I cannot see. I scan between the trees. My boots creak crunch through the snow. There's not much chance I will spot deer walking through. I only hear their ghosts. The end.
Thank you, Melissa.
Mhm.
Thank you. And yeah, I highly recommend Collaborator and Feed the Holy.
Mhm. Yep, self-promotion, it's fine.
I have a couple poems, and then let's see. Where's my screen share? Let me go to. Okay. Let's see if I can manage it this time. This one, I want to submit, Sharon, to you, but I'm not sure it's ready. This is the first draft. The wind listens, a sonnet to the children. My outline isn't my continent, my skin an illusion, the miles between us a mirage. I sit with the breeze, your breath of loss. I grieve in your grief in the shadow of spring. I grieve out my story. I am you, disabled, orphaned. The wind carries our sorrows, makes us one. Heartbreak holds us, child. The wind delivers you to me in the cradles of clouds. Our fates dissipate into stiffened fog. I am a shamed child, a helpless mouse seeking shelter in the rubble of my complacency, a hungry robin hopping on sun-starved soil. You plant posies in the blackened earth. Your kites release prayers into the winds that wind me to you. That wind to me, sorry. As I inhale your despair, the daffodils nod their heads, exhale a new spring to stream as a rising sun, a gauze on our shared sorrows. The corporeal stones are deaf, the wind listens. Thank you. I'm not sure it's ready.
It's beautiful.
Like it because I'm not sure you were at the group the time I brought it, and it was just totally torn apart. So I don't know, but I just might send this one because I don't know where to rebuild. The group had so much advice, I didn't know what to do but rip it up. But I like this. I don't know.
Barbara, if you like it, it's beautiful.
Well, thank you.
Beautiful. I love it.
I'm gonna look at my notes again, but I wrote this in the yard thinking about how our atmosphere connects us all, you know? And so, well, I have shivers now, so I think this is the draft I'll use.
That's a confirmation.
Let me see if I can open another one. Oh, see if I can open this. I'm trying to open one. Maybe I need to stop share. Oh, I'm excited. Well, I wrote, this is, I went to hear Jericho Brown, Sharon and I, and saw a lot of our fellow poets. He came to speak at the University of Missouri, and he invented the duplex poem, which is a kind of combination of a ghazal, a sonnet, and something else. Anyway, couplets are used, and there's a special rule for how one thought at the end of a couplet is restated in the next line. I call this Bully Pain, a duplex poem upon hearing Jericho Brown live during Black History Month 2025. The bullies savage my open wounds. I massage their souls on the stone schoolyard. Their souls reek of rank socks and clotted blood. I bear my soul to my father, a pastor. He knows of souls, the pastor of prayers. He was a victim of childhood trauma too, a child traumatized by generations of grief that nearly smothered him in a winter drift. Packed in snow, his soul set a searing fire that freed him from an icy death. Resolve released him from a burial in snow and ice. His prayers fired hope in that lake effect storm. Hope storms, fires, and prayers, resolving trauma and salving wounds that bullies openly savage.
Beautiful.
I submitted it somewhere and I don't remember it's in my notes. It's going in an anthology, I think. Oh yeah. I think it's an anthology Prolific Pulse Press is publishing. And one more. I have one more because I hardly ever read. Okay. Where's Aphrodite? I've been writing goddess poems. I don't know why. But this is one, Aphrodite. Honey, her bloody womb, lush creation, messy havoc, hungry for birth. Her desire is the sun, breathes its floral light, savors the dusty bloom, and devours dew. Her elixir creates dreams set as hymns, her comb a heart of many rooms gushing golden. Dare to venture, let her gather you into her mystery, transport you, make you a god.
Barb, I love your goddess poems, and I'm actually not stealing your poems, but I am borrowing the idea to mix with some of the poetry that I have for my new collection about women on the edge. I felt like I needed to balance it with something a little more powerful than just trauma,
Right.
the trauma that women face just being here. So you gave me that idea, so thank you.
You said you were working on some of those, so
I am. So yeah.
There are a lot of people writing goddess poems and use mythology quite a bit.
Well, it's a
You know,
beautiful,
we
it's a
need it.
beautiful reference to use, isn't it? I mean, you can use it in so many ways, and it's
Mhm.
such a beautiful reference to use. And there's so many different. I mean, I use my best poem on trauma came from the Ragnarok, which is the Viking
Right.
Yeah.
mythology. So you know, and it just totally fitted the subject.
Right. Well, I took an online workshop with Cheltenham Poetry Festival. Anna Saunders wrote about or taught about how to include more myth and folklore and legend in your writing. And it's just opened my mind. It was beautiful.
It's beautiful. And those references are, you know, it can make someone go to Google and start a search and figure out what is the reference that you're making. And, you know, it just can open a lot of doors.
Yeah. And what's confusing is so much of the gods and goddesses have so many interpretations in different cultures.
It's true.
What are the rules? You just can kind of anyway, it's pretty much fun.
I
Yeah.
had fun once. I had an amazing sunset out. We face west at the back, and our sitting room is upstairs. So we look out over the tops of the trees and see these amazing sunsets, and the sky is absolutely painted in the most astonishing colours sometimes. And I wrote a whole poem about all the gods of sun of the sky. So from every tradition, if they were a god of the sun or the rainbow or the clouds or the sky or the night or the day or the moon or the sun or whatever, I made a poem and got them all in. It was really good fun. I'll see if I can find it actually.
It's a really good exercise, but at the same time, here you are, you come away with, you know, work that you're proud of and that has meaning.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, so thank you guys. It's noon and you did great. And thank you all for using screen share. I didn't Nancy and I need to get together. I need to get that into her email that we want to screen share for neurodivergent readers and listeners and so on. So you guys did great for that.
It does really help.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barb, for
Yes, thank you, Barb.
being our host.
Next
you.
third
Was a pleasure.
Tuesday next month. I should look up the date, but Nancy sends out two emails and I make a Facebook event. So
Yeah, and the
Thank
email reminder really helped me.
yeah, and then she
Thank you
sends
so
out on the day too in the morning. And if you registered once, you're on the email list. So.
And
Yeah,
thank you
I'm
for
looking at that
allowing
list.
me to be the token male.
I hope
Nice to meet you, Ken.
the token.
Oh, hey,
I'm the token Brit, aren't I?
Yeah.
there you I don't think I mentioned, but that first poem that I read, Tapestry, that was published in an anthology from Susie Box on WordPress, the short of it.
Yeah.
And she notified me that she will at the end of the year be nominating it for a push cart for the next session. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Pretty cool.
That'll be your second pushcart nomination?
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, congratulations. Good for you.
Thank you. Well, this was nice. I really appreciate it.
I hope you come again, everybody, and next month.
I'll see you in a little bit, maybe tomorrow evening, right?
Right. And
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Thursday at Cafe Berlin for spoken. So.
Yeah. And if I catch a ride with you, Sharon? I'll help you.
Absolutely.
I could probably get a ride with Derek, but he's got some late lessons. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. See you guys.
More stuff.
Ciao.
Bye, guys. Love you all.